name is Megan Edwards of Focus Communications, and today we're getting another update from FireFox Gold, which trades on the Toronto Venture Stock Exchange under the symbol FFOX. And joining me once again is FireFox's chairman, Patrick Highsmith. Thank you very much for joining us today, Patrick. How are things going right now?
It's going great, Megan. Good to be with you again. And we're just wrapping up reporting the results from last year's drill program, and just in time to get ready to start drilling again in Finland in October.
Okay, perfect. So for the viewers that are new to the FireFox story, can you give us a brief overview of the company and its projects in the Lapland region of Finland?
Yeah, happy to do that, Megan. I'm just showing a slide here. I think that's the best way to talk about what's happening with FireFox and the Lapland Greenstone Belt in general. Bring up a figure here that shows the gold portions of the central Lapland Greenstone Belt. It would be analogous to parts of the Canadian Shield, Western Australia, West Africa, where we have these old rocks, big structures running through them. Like you see here, this is called the Serka Line. It's a big fault that rips through these old rocks, and that area there is one of those big through-going structures that tends to host the gold. And in this area here, FireFox has a commanding land position of probably about 650 square kilometers over a really large area, as you can see there from the scale bar. And we actually drilled 4 projects this year, Megan. That's part of our strategy at FireFox. This is a new belt with only 2 multi-million ounce discoveries so far, high-grade discoveries typically. A lot more discoveries to come. So we drill every year. And this year, as we said we would, we drilled 4 projects. And we're going to be talking today about results from our Mustajärvi project here in the center of the belt, where we've reported some more high-grade drill results from that part of the central Lapland Greenstone Belt.
Yeah, so Patrick, today the company announced more shallow high-grade gold from the east target at the Mustajärvi project. Could you provide a recap of this news from the company?
Absolutely. The news really is that, and we're showing a figure now zoomed in on the Mustajärvi project, and we've now discovered 3 gold-bearing zones, Megan, over 1.5 kilometers. If you look at this map, we have the central zone kind of in the middle of the slide, and the upper right, today's results are from the east target. There's 1.5 kilometers in between those, and yet in that 1.5 kilometers, we've now drilled 6 holes with significant grade thickness of gold, more than 100 gram meters of gold across that 1.5 kilometers. And each of the 3 zones has some of that higher grade, thicker mineralization. And the results today added that 600 gram meter hole. I've just summarized here in the upper right of the slide the highlights: 11.6 meters at 5.06 grams per ton from only 10 meters, Megan. This is right at the surface, underneath some glacial sediments that sit on top of the rock. So pretty much at surface. It included 4 meters of over 10 grams, as you can see there. And a little deeper down in the hole, only 77 meters deep, but a little deeper, 4.6 meters at almost 8 grams, including, again, a narrow interval of high grade. So the news really is we keep hitting high grade at Mustajärvi. It's the early days of a discovery here, Megan. We've only drilled 11,000 meters in total, stretched along these couple kilometers of the structure that we've drilled, and yet we keep hitting high grade, and we've done it in multiple zones. And that's really the highlight here: is what does a discovery look like in a greenstone belt like this? Remember, everything's covered with glacial sediments, Megan, so these rocks don't stick out of the ground. You've got to get beneath that glacial cover. You've got to drill a lot, and each time we drill at Mustajärvi, we return high grade and now a little bit thicker intercepts out here in this east target.
Absolutely. So these results cap off a very successful 2021 and 2022 drilling program at Mustajärvi, where you've continually hit some very good gold intercepts. Can you provide an overview of results from this program and what the company has learned from this phase of exploration?
Yeah, I would say the first one is the theme I've already touched on, Megan. Every time we drill, we hit high-grade gold, sometimes kind of skinny. At Mustajärvi, 1 or 2 meters of very high grade. But in this case, you'll notice it's 11 meters of quite good grade. In July, we announced our best hole to date. It's up in this same area here. I'm unable to clear that, Megan. Are you able to clear that whiteboard?
Here.
Okay, I was unable to do it for some reason. I couldn't find the button.
Here, I got it.
Okay, great. So here, I'll just illustrate that hot area here. So up in this area here, in that east target. We've now drilled a hole in July that we announced, which was about 14 meters of 14 grams per ton. That was our best hole to date, a 200 gram meter hole. We've gone sort of 70 meters away and we've hit another 100 gram meter hole. But in both cases, Megan, that mineralization is thicker than we have yet seen at Mustajärvi, consistently hitting thicker intercepts. We're looking for subtle differences in the geology, Megan, because now we're seeing disseminated sulfides over greater thicknesses, more of a bulk, potentially bulk mineable sort of target. If you remember the great news from Rupert Resources nearby, the Ikari discovery, Ikari is noted for long runs of good grade. There's over 4 million ounces of resource there now. So we're looking for similarities, analogies to that deposit. And while things here have been quite different, as we get to the northeast, we're seeing more similar host rocks. We're seeing more mafic volcanics and ultramafic rocks adjacent to and including some of this gold, and these thicker intercepts of very respectable grade, including narrow intercepts of very high grade. So it's continually a learning thing. And as I say on this slide, Megan, a key aspect of what we've done here at Mustajärvi is we're discovering using structural geology. We're figuring out the cracks, the plumbing that's bringing these high-grade gold fluids into these rocks, and we're repeatedly able to target them, and that bodes well for upcoming drilling in the 2022-2023 drill season.
Before we wrap things up, Patrick, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Well, I would say mostly stay tuned. We are in the, we're kind of wrapping up the summer season where we've got geologists out on the ground. We've done some trenching. We'll be talking about some of those results before the drilling starts. But the drill typically shows up in Lapland for us in October, and we tend to drill straight through the winter into the spring season, usually terminating in April or May. So stay tuned. The drill season's coming. And I suspect these hot results at Mustajärvi in the East Target, which are wide open, will be a big target of the upcoming drill program. So stay tuned.
Thanks again for your time today, Patrick. We appreciate the update from FireFox Gold and definitely look forward to having you on next time.
Thanks. I'll be here.